me, whenever a coach, just comes into the room, Matsuda.
He's a positive coach.
Yes. And I see my role as I jump when I see a coach. I see my role as being a supporter of coaches. But ultimately, we're here for the kids and the children. And so to be able to inspire and provide the best experience possible in which to thrive is what I'm doing. And to be able to do that, just by myself, it's not enough. You need a support system. For me personally, PCA has been a way of life. And because it's been instrumental in how I do things, I thought maybe let's take a chance and see if PCA would work with the Punahou way. And so far, we don't have 100% buy-in, but we have a majority that are really involved and understand what PCA is about. That it's really a practical philosophy. And it's really a gift, I think, and you can tell by some of these readings that it's a roadmap that connects everybody. And whether or not you were PCA trained, the whole idea that when I'm looking at coaches and they have the 3 C's of character, compassion, and competence, this just helps give them more tools to make the experience for the kids that much richer. So that's how it supports me as an athletic director. And I didn't realize the depth of the support with the coaches until I sent the question out.
Well, you've been doing a good job. So how do they or the school translates this down to parents? Because us parents are a problem sometimes.
Yes. So this is there's many years of thinking about how to bring a new culture into an already
high strung.
Would you say high strung?
High maintenance.
High maintenance, or really a place where tradition and excellence. Yeah. It's the sort of it ain't broke, why fix it sort of mentality. And you've done a number of our workshops here, Mike. You've been here, there are still some people that need to be brought along, but the coaches were the first layer for me.
Right.
And so we're moving now into the parent layer.
Good. Because I think it'll work here with the parents versus Iolani, because already Punahou has done away with ranking. I'm talking about academics, right? We don't have valedictorians, we don't have salutatorians. At graduation, the students choose their speakers, and there's, you go to St. Louis, graduation is all about the athletes. Go to Iolani, your name is only called if you're valedictorian, salutatorian. And they tell which school you're going to and which scholarships. I mean, there are many kids there whose name is not called.
My son was one of those. It devastated him.
But anyway, so Punahou has done a good job, and they started from when my kids were little. They stopped already the class competition in pep rallies. Before, say, juniors would compete against the seniors, and so they started to do it bit by bit like that, and there was resistance, but now it's become part of, for my generation of kids, that's the tradition is, so they've been doing really well at eliminating this competition amongst each other at that level. So I think when you start to come into the sports way, I think it'll work.
Hopefully. I know part of the reasoning I was told of hiring me was because of my strong belief in PCA. And they wanted someone to come in to make sort of a change. Although I don't know that I see it as necessarily a change. I see that we're enhancing what has been done for many years. And this next year, we're focusing on the parents. And in fact, last year and the year before, we had seasonal coach workshops. We're not doing that this year. We're doing seasonal parent
Oh, how great.
workshops.
So that's great.
And I've got the PFA support.
Yeah.
They're supporting one of the workshops, and Punahou will be supporting the other two. But we're fall, winter, spring, and we're not saying mandate, but we're saying strongly encourage.
Yeah.
We'll see. We're hoping for strong attendance. But the very first one you're going to be doing on August 27th. At the same time, we're also doing the student athlete workshop. So this year is the parents. I'm trying to get the adults all on the same page. And I was talking to Ruben also about a leadership workshop as well. And I love the idea of doing a board, PCA board, but also bringing in a lot of Punahou people, maybe bringing in, Dr. Scott, Dr. Conway, Mr. Walker, soon to be Dr. Walker, So getting the adults set up, and then transitioning and going really rallying with the kids. So it's been a very thoughtful way of trying to make it work. I think it's working, and I wanted to get feedback. I asked other questions of the coaches as well, like how can we do this better? And they said, almost all the coaches said, we like the way you're doing it. You haven't shoved it down our throats. Mm-hmm. It's been a gradual, sort of transition. I'm just here trying to support the coaches in the best way I can, and PCA has helped me immeasurably. So.
Great.